Hi and welcome back to the channel. It's been about 3 weeks, I guess, since I last uploaded a video on the work being carried out on my Rover P4. There hasn't been a massive amount of progress, but I just thought I'd do this update video to show you one of the repair areas, and I've actually done it, but it wasn't done how I originally anticipated doing it, and I think I touched on this in the last video. So I'll get you off the tripod now, show you what I've done and what I'm going to do next. And I'm going to cut a piece out that I'll show you closer up, and then I'm going to fabricate that piece, and that is one of the next episodes I'm going to release, and that's a fabrication of that repair panel. So I'll just grab you off the tripod and we'll have a look. Okay, so let's have a look what I've been up to. So if you've been following these repairs, I've actually cut a section out there and replaced it, and a bit further down there, and then this piece here, and then this larger piece there, and that's all solid, and I'm relatively happy with all of that, except that I've got to dress it all and make sure it's nice and smooth. The little bit I was having problems with last time was this section here, which I've now welded in. And the problem I was having is that this is a curve that way, a curve that way, and then it sort of folds in like that. And I was having a devil of a game trying to get it done. I must have been playing around with it for a couple of days, and originally I was going to weld in a single piece of metal, but I just could not get the profile right. So I ummed and ahed and thought, right, I'm either going to spend a couple of weeks doing this, which I don't want to do obviously. So I decided to do it in strips, some bigger than others, and actually there's about 6 strips there. There's 1, 2, 3, yeah, 6. So it was easy to match them up and get the curve pretty much right and the angle. Now if you have a closer look, I've just got to dress all this up. There's still welds and it doesn't look very pretty at the moment, but I'll dress it all before I apply any paint, but then that's quite a long way away. So the next job is to cut out this piece here, and I think you can see where I've marked it down there and down there. So there's a little bit of rust here, which is, although it's eaten into the metal a bit, it's still fairly solid, but I just want to cut as much of that out as I can. But there's a bit that goes into this strengthening indent or fabrication, whatever you want to call it, and that I need to replicate here. So what I plan on doing is, as I said, cut this piece of metal out, and it should extend to about there, and cut a big piece of metal out and make a former, which I've never done before, but I've been swatting up on it, as they say, and we'll get a former made and try and replicate that. That is the plan. So what I'll do is I'll just cut this piece out, and then I'll come back and I'll just summarize this very short video and tell you what I think is the right way of going about the rest of this fabrication and all the pieces down here and inside. If you've got any comments or advice on how you would do it, I'd be really pleased to read your comments in the comment section. So yeah, I'll just switch you off now and I'll just record cutting this piece out, and we'll come and have a bit of an update chat in a minute. After the last experience of having a little fire inside the car, no damage. If you've seen the last video, I'm always careful. I've got to get some proper shields, but I'm finding at the moment, if I don't do too much grinding, then this thick cardboard is okay, but I wouldn't like to do too much with this in the way, believe me. There we are. Okay, so I'll put this away and then we'll have a look at what we need to do. Yuck. Okay, so there we go. I've cut this section out as you've just seen, and there is results. As you can see, this piece I've cut out has been repaired before, not very well. If we look at the back, it's just going. It's been covered with underseal, and it looks like that underseal has been put over this rust, and it obviously hasn't stuck in places, and it's just come off. I mean, the bonus with this particular panel is that it's essentially one big flat piece that I need to cut out, but then I need to do two things, and that is the first one, or probably the last one actually, is to put that lip at the bottom there, and as I've said a little bit earlier, is to form that strengthening area there. And I'm not going to go into too much detail now, but when I actually get to making this, which should be very soon, in fact the next thing I'm going to do, I'll go through the process then, with all the failures probably, but I'm going to give it a good go. And as I said, I need to extend it out here, but the other positive about cutting this section out is that it gives me access to the back of this sill section here, and I'll be able to get in and weld it in properly. And this other piece here, which fits there, but everything needs lining up, not just this section and this section, but also this seal splash panel and the sections inside that I need to weld in. I think I said in the last episode that I'm going to redo this particular part here because I'm not happy with it, and it's not lining up properly. So that'll be done. I might even have to cut a little bit further because there's bits missing here and it's not cut very well, so that's probably what I'm going to do there. And of course everything's got to match up and line up, otherwise it's not going to look right. So that in essence is where we are, and I can't go into too much more detail on this because that's how it is. But before we go, let's just have a look underneath and see what's treats lie in store for us under here. Let's get some light on the subject. This outrigger here has been replaced, and the last owner paid to have this done, and it looks okay. The chassis, as it saw at the front, was a bit corroded, but the rest of it I've had a look at and it doesn't look too bad. There's no holes or anything as far as I can see, but where the people welded it in, you can see they haven't welded it in fully round, so I might just weld that up just there. And really it needs all this old protection scraped off, sanded down and redone. The other thing I said I was going to think about doing, and that is removing the engine. And I think, having decided to do all the work I'm doing, it would be a shame not to take the engine out and give it a bit of a refurb. I've no records to say that it has been done. It pulls all right. I mean, I haven't done many miles in it, but it feels good. So I'll have a look inside the engine as much as I can. I'll have to get a bore scope and check everything out. But it needs tidying up. I mean, the wiring is, as I've said before, it needs looking at and just renovating, tidying up, call it what you will. So yeah, anyway, I'm rambling again. So that's where we are. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully it's not going to be too long, but I'm going to start having a go at manufacturing that repair panel next week. So I'll see you in the next episode. Ta-da!